It's the final match of round 2 of the losers bracket in the True Power Tournament, and boy oh boy is this bracket ever setting up to be something exciting with the matches that we have coming up for the next round. Last time we saw a fierce battle between Gym Leader Blaine of Cinnabar versus Elite Four Koga of the Indigo Plateau that showed just how close a battle can get and how powerful each of these 18 trainers in the tournament really are. Today we've got a Gym Leader versus Gym Leader battle as Janine of Fuschia City takes on Brock of Pewter in a head-to-head match. Brock was of course the one who kicked Koga into the bracket in the first place, so Janine is most certainly going to be fighting for revenge for her father here. With that said, let's see how their teams stack up. Janine has quite a well-rounded team with a mix between speedy threats, defensive walls like Tentacruel and Weezing, and a solid tank in Drapion. From the looks of it, Tentacruel and Roserade are going to be her greatest assets against Brock's team. Brock, on the other hand, has a very tanky Sandstorm team that is quite threatening overall to Janine's team given his ground and steel-type Pokemon, with perhaps his greatest assets for this battle being Steelix and Rhyperior. Both teams really seem to have huge threats for one another, so it should be a good match. Our trainers are now ready for battle, so let's get down to the arena. Here we go, a Gym Leader versus Gym Leader battle. We've got Brock of Pewter City versus Janine of Fuschia City. Brock starting off with his Steelix, a very tanky lead from him, whereas Janine's going to go in with the Crobat, so a very fast sweeper lead from her. So we've got quite an interesting dynamic as we start the battle off. Crobat, of course, shouldn't be able to do much against the Steelix, and here comes Brock with the Steelixite. The Mega Steelix is on the field. This is going to be quite a threat very early on for Janine. Janine is going to have to find a way to deal with this. Crobat staying in and go for the Super Fang here. Super Fang actually will do half damage, so not a bad move on her part. Getting some good damage off on a Mega Steelix, which is going to be a huge threat. And the Mega Steelix actually setting up the Stealth Rocks on the field. So a good start to the battle here for both players, really. Although Crobat's not going to be able to do much else on that Mega Steelix. Janine is going to switch out into the Weezing now. Weezing is a good physical defender. Should be able to tank whatever Steelix has to throw at it. Here comes the Heavy Slam on the Weezing. Should do a good amount of damage still, though. Wow, over half on that Weezing, and Weezing especially suffering from that Stealth Rock damage. This is going to be close, but the Weezing actually outspeeding and going for the Flamethrower. Brock perhaps not anticipating that, doing a huge amount of damage on Steelix, but the Steelix actually survives and gets to go for another Heavy Slam. Will this take the Weezing out, though? It was close. Oh, 1 HP! Are you kidding me? 1 HP left on the Weezing. That is wild right there. Weezing is going to be able to take out the Mega Steelix, it looks like, with the Flamethrower. What an interesting start to the battle this has been, but that Weezing is very weak at this point, and it is going to get a little bit of recovery. But now Brock has the chance to go for some momentum here with the Omastar. Sending out the Omastar onto the field. Omastar should be able to take this Weezing out. Weezing actually going for one last move before it gets KO'd, going for the Sludge Bomb, perhaps hoping for the poison, but no poison. And Omastar going for the Ancient Power here. Now Brock probably trying to get the stat boost, realizing he can take out that Weezing with any move. Might as well go for something with a stat boost, but it looks like he's not going to get it actually. No stat boost from the Ancient Power, and here comes Janine's Roserade. This is going to be a terrifying threat for Brock's team, especially in this situation. And he decides to stay in, perhaps wanting to tank the hit from the Roserade, but the Roserade actually putting it to sleep, perhaps realizing that Brock might have switched into something, and now is a perfect opportunity to set up. Let's see what Janine goes for here as this Omastar is asleep. Roserade going for the spikes now. That's a good move. A good play there. That's going to break any focus sash that Brock might have on his team. And spikes obviously does, of course, really affect rock types a lot. Still asleep on the Omastar. So Roserade now gets a free hit going for the Leaf Storm. And whoa, it looks like the Omastar actually has a berry. Might be a Rindo Berry, which is going to lower the power of grass moves, but that's still 4 times effective. There's no way it's going to survive that. But Roserade just does get the special attack drop now, so Roserade is going to be slightly weaker than it normally would be, but of course getting a good KO there on the Omastar and setting up some spikes too, so not a bad play overall. But now Brock responding with the Aerodactyl. Now Aerodactyl is going to be a dangerous threat for this Roserade. Should be able to take it out in one hit, but Janine is going to switch into the Tentacruel, trying to tank perhaps a flying move coming in from that Aerodactyl. We'll have to see. The Stealth Rocks digging into Tentacruel, and now Aerodactyl going in with the Aerial Ace. That should do a good amount of damage still on the Tentacruel, not bad. But of course, Tentacruel does have the Black Sludge to give it some recovery. But now we'll have to see what Aerodactyl can do on a second turn. Earthquake, that is going to be super effective. Will it take the Tentacruel out, though, is the question. And it looks like it will. Wow. So Aerodactyl pulling off a huge upset on that Tentacruel. Tentacruel could have gone for a good scald there and maybe even gotten the burn, but no, that is not going to happen. Janine now sending out Drapion, having lost Tentacruel for basically no reason. I guess to keep Roserade alive, really. But here comes another Earthquake on the Drapion. Janine has nothing to send into this. But will the Drapion survive? Yes, it does. She'll be able to respond with a good attack here. What is it going to be? A knockoff. That's going to be a stab attack and getting rid of Aerodactyl's item and doing over half damage. So a good move there. But Drapion now probably, yes, going to get revenge. No! The Rock Slide missed. Oh, Brock perhaps predicted that Janine might switch into maybe the Crobat to try and tank the Earthquake, which would obviously not affect it at all. But wow, it missed. The Rock Slide missed. It was a good prediction on his part. But of course, Rock Slide is a lower accuracy move, so the Drapion surviving and taking down the Aerodactyl. And now here comes the Kabutops with the Aqua Jet. That should be able to take down the Drapion, no problem. A priority move coming in from that Kabutops. Kabutops is a scary threat, but now, of course, Janine has a good response to it with that Roserade. Should be able to use Leaf Storm at full power now because it was switched out. No longer has that drop, so Kabutops just going to go with the Aqua Jet to try and get some damage off on it, I suppose. And now the Leaf Storm coming out on the Kabutops. We've seen that the Kabutops does have the Focus Sash. However, the spikes from earlier actually broke it. So Kabutops is going to be taken down by another Leaf Storm. Roserade getting a little bit hurt by its Life Orb again, and its special attack is lowered. And now here comes the Tyranitar. A good response from Brock, because this is going to set up Sandstorm, and Sandstorm raises the special defense of Rock-type Pokemon. So we have to keep that in mind as we go through the battle here. Roserade going for the Sleep Powder. A good play from Janine there. Maybe she'll get a chance to perhaps switch the Roserade out, or perhaps perform something else. We'll have to see. Tyranitar is now asleep, but of course, all the rest of Brock's Pokemon are raised in their special defense now. Roserade getting hurt by that Sandstorm, though. But Tyranitar is asleep, so Janine's actually going to take advantage of it and switch out into the Venomoth. We'll have to see what she has planned here, because if that Tyranitar wakes up, that Venomoth is toast. So we'll have to see. She perhaps just wants to get that special attack raise back on, or leveling out the special attack of the Roserade. But let's see what the Venomoth goes for here. Quiver Dance! It's actually going to power up a little bit here. Perhaps a little bit unexpected. Playing a risky play here. Powering up its special attack, special defense, and speed. But no! The Tyranitar woke up! Oh no, that is not good for Janine at all. The Stone Edge taking down the Venomoth with relative ease. Actually, perhaps very, very easily. And now comes in back the Roserade. Roserade on the field again, but getting hurt by the Stealth Rock and the Sandstorm incrementally. Going for the Leaf Storm here. Will that take the Tyranitar out in the Sandstorm? Oh, a massive amount of damage from that Roserade. The Life Orb combined with the Stab Attack, and that is going to absolutely decimate that Tyranitar. But now Roserade getting hurt by Sandstorm, but it looks like it will survive. So Brock sending out the Rhyperior now. Rhyperior is in an interesting position. It does have plus special defense in the Sandstorm. It does have the Solid Rock ability, and Roserade's special attack is lowered. Leaf Storm, here it comes. Oh no! It missed! Oh, so both sides of the field getting some misses, and the Rhyperior able to take down the Roserade with an Avalanche. Now, given all those factors we mentioned, I doubt the Leaf Storm would have killed anyway. But wow, that was quite a miss there. So both teams getting some big misses. Brock with the Rock Slide, and of course, Roserade with the lowered power Leaf Storm. But now the Crobat against the Rhyperior going for Super Fang, doing half damage on the Rhyperior, but Rhyperior able to respond with a 120 base power Avalanche to take down the Crobat. Wow, that was Brock's last Pokemon too. Toughing it out at the end is that Rhyperior in the Sandstorm. But of course, that miss was crucial at the end. But again, Brock's Rock Slide miss was quite crucial as well. So overall, an even play, a really well-fought battle. Janine can't quite avenge her father against Brock, and Brock is going to move on to the quarterfinals of the losers bracket with a 1-0 victory over Janine. If you guys enjoyed this battle and are looking forward to the rest of the tournament, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss the next matches. Before we go, I'd like to thank the patrons who are making this tournament possible. If you guys want to help further this series' potential and support it, the link to my Patreon page will be in the description below. That's all for this one. This has been SilphSpectre, and I'll see you guys next time for more True Power.